Coach Mike Battles joins us from BB Comer this morning, where he's a head football coach and athletic director in his second year at BB Comer. And Coach, we've seen a lot of high school football just in the last couple of years with BB Comer. This Montevallo team, one of the most athletic teams that I've seen in a while.
Well, we knew it's going to be tough for us to match up with them. They've got five receivers or five skilled people back in the backfield, plus a quarterback that can throw the ball. Throw it to through a piece of plywood. He's a good one. And they got us out there and got us, out there solo and beat some of our kids. Our kids were with them as far as they could go, but you can't catch 4 5s or 5 4s. So that's all it is.
Obviously, Montevallo had looked at tape and seen some of the tendencies of BB Comer and maybe some of the limitations. I don't know that for sure, but they got out of the gate early on their first offensive play of the night.
Well, they did. They threw that fade and got behind us in a hurry and got in the end zone, and the momentum was on their side right there from the get-go. But I think our kids, halftime I believe score was 21-6, or it might have been 24-6. I can't remember. Our kids hung in there. We got a big pick six. Cody Ogle intercepted one and carried it the distance, and it was big for us. We came back out. Of course, we didn't do a whole lot in the second half when we came back out. I think they scored in the first series and got the ball in the end zone. And so, we haven't been able to, put two halves together, but now it's not because the kids are not trying. The kids are getting out there and playing. They're fighting and struggling and all. And we've got them playing a lot of football. Our ninth graders are playing out there, and they're out there fighting seniors every night, and so our kids, we're getting better. We're getting more people able to play, because if you put on a helmet for us, you're probably going to get a little action, so you might as well get ready.
Hey, I don't want to be anywhere close to a helmet, because, as you say, you're gonna get an opportunity to play. And you mentioned, hey, if you like coaching, you'll like BB Comer too.
Well, our coaches do. You just have to see what we do at practice and all. And I'm sure it's all on all staffs. But when you've got a small bunch and you've got a lot of kids, we've got, like I said, we've got 9th and 10th graders that can play just about any position on the field, with the exception of maybe the skill position, and they're out there learning more football, and they've got armbands on both arms and trying to play. Some of them play fullback, guard. We have some that play center, tackles. So we've got them. They can go in there because we don't know. That we don't have, like I said at the beginning, we don't have a second team. We have next man up, and so you get your stuff on, get out there, and get ready to go. The coaching staff, and I'm sure the players as well, look at this as, hey, if we hang together and we keep working hard, even though there are some limitations, we're going to be a formidable foe down the line for somebody. I think we'll get there. We've opened up the season with Weaver, who's undefeated, Pike County, who's traditionally a tough football team, Montevallo, who's undefeated. I think they were ranked number 7 when they played us. They probably ranked number 2.
Who picked that schedule?
Well, I don't know. That's, and then now we've got it. We're back in our area with Montgomery Academy. Montgomery Academy played Pike County last week and got beat at Pike. Let's see, was it? Yeah, they beat 21-14.
It was a close game.
Yeah, 21-14, and so we know we've got a hands full. But we're going to go out there. We've got some things that we know what they do. They're going to know what we do, and then what it just gets matched up. We got some kids who, again, we can't afford any injuries. Our kids know what to expect from Montgomery Academy, and we know what to do offensively, defensively. There weren't any surprises against Montevallo. They lined up exactly to the T where we knew they were going to be. We just couldn't do anything about it.
The interception was a nice play for a touchdown.
It sure was, and we almost, I think we had 2 fumbles. I think Corey Strickland picked up 2 fumbles and nearly returned 1 for a 6, and we got the ball down there and scored a couple of times late. Of course, it wasn't on our starters. I put their starters back in at the end of the game. I think it's just Coach Wilcox and his staff. They came out there. They got what they wanted done. Then they put the other kid, got all their kids in there and got to play. And we got to play. I think everybody on our football team played also, and so we're.
You was looking for me, but I was hid in the press box. I was not. not going in that game.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. You don't want to be on that sideline then.
No.
I'm telling you. You know, somebody's gonna have to go in. Somebody's got to go in and play the game, and we got to have 11 out there. And so but our kids we're getting there. You know, we had some defensively. Their quarterback hadn't seen anybody put the pressure on him, and we did put the pressure on him. We got a lot of fingerprints on him. You know, and a lot of times we tackled him, knocked him down, and got fumbles, those kind of things right there. And so we're getting there. Most of our kids up front there, with the exception of a few, we have a couple of seniors that's been playing. But
was that basically your front putting the pressure on?
That's right. We turned them loose and just told them to go. You know, we felt like, you know, if we could cover those receivers for a couple of seconds, we weren't going to be able to cover them 4 or 5 seconds. Now that's just not going to happen. So we turned them loose, got back there. We told them 2 seconds from now you got to be hitting him, and they went back there and they did a good job. We knocked down passes in the backfield. We got to the quarterback, put the pressure on him. I got a lot of bad throws from him, and he's a very accurate quarterback. So, you know, we got something to work on. We're going to take our kids and we're going to turn them loose now Friday night.
What happens in the second half? I've heard coaches talk about the first few minutes of that third quarter is so key, and Montevallo made it happen.
Well, they get out there and they can see what we're doing. You know, they sort of get us mismatched. They come out there and gave us a quads look, or 4 receivers to one side, and got us on the island on the other side. And then they used that right there. Once they got us on that island, you take a faster athlete, then it's going to be, you know, it's just not. And there wasn't any way that we could get over there and back him up. So it's good coaching on their part, you know, and using their people. And so,
if the kids are doing everything they know to do, it's just a mismatch in speed, and their position is good, their technique is good, it's hard to get mad at them.
Well, it was hard for, you know, those guys out there. Our kids are as fast as they are. They're not faster than they are. So, you know, we looked at it, and we knew if they got us out there on them islands and got one-on-one and all, much like what Weaver tried to do the first ball game. You know, first ball game, they isolated our defensive back and got out there on him and put a good receiver with a lot of speed out there and got 2 quick touchdowns. We tried to we've tried to prevent that and get our kids in the right place and put pressure on the quarterback. You know, we just can't let him stand back there and pick his own target. So we went after him. There was a lot of area in between our front and our back, and so if you hit that there, then you're in good shape.
Is there any couple of the 3 kids that really stood out in your mind?
Well, I think Zach Dobbs had a good ball game. He plays, I'm going to tell you something, he goes hard from start to finish. It
bothers him if things ain't going right. I'd like to see that.
He just got, you know, he goes wide open and very seldom ever comes out of the ball game. And so he really did a good job on the pass rush, but all of our front, all 6 of them came up in there and got after him. We had, and defensive backs, you know, I think Cody Ogle had a good ball game. He was all the way around, and we just had, you know, our kids up there, they're doing their job. Now, are they doing it well enough for us to win? Not yet. We will get there, though. They're getting better. Our 9th graders are getting better. We still having trouble. We pass blocking. We had receivers open. We can't get our feet set to throw it.
Got Montgomery Academy on the road, a seasoned football team that knows how to win.
Well, they have good athletes. You know, they get a bunch of good athletes every year, and so we're going to go down and we're going to play them. We'll be outnumbered, outmanned probably, and so we're going to take our kids down there. We've got a good plan. Our kids know exactly what's coming at them, and the thing that we have to do is right off the bat we have to get used to the speed, because we don't get a picture in practice. You know, we don't have a scout team offense that runs that. We show them the scout team with in different we do an inside scale and an outside scale, but it's not full scale like what you would get in a ball game. And so it takes us a minute or 2 to get used to the speed of the game.
All right. Coach Mike Battles, the head football coach and athletic director over at B.B. Comer High School. The Tigers on the road to Montgomery Academy in a region game tomorrow night. Coach, good luck, and we'll see you next week.
Well, we need it. We appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Coach Mike Battles, our guest this morning here on Daybreak on the Coach's Corner. Up at Talladega College, we had an Olympic gold medalist there speaking, David Verberg. was on the campus at Talladega College, and we were able to be a part of that. We've got that coming up in just a minute. Also, at the top of the hour, national and international news. Look at the Braves game last night. Alabama and Auburn football getting ready for big SEC matchups on Saturday as well. Don't go away. More Daybreak is straight ahead.